If you loved Wylde Flowers as much as I did, then I know you're excited for the upcoming game Wylde Society. I spent over 100 glorious hours in Fairhaven and we're about to go back, but there's a bit of a twist. We're heading into the past to an older Fairhaven, and one of our beloved characters, Perry, is coming with us. But what can we expect from Wylde Society? Let's check it out. So far, we don't know a ton about Wylde Society, but the developers have given us just enough breadcrumbs to start piecing things together. The biggest reveal? This isn't a direct sequel, but rather a prequel, set in a much earlier version of Fairhaven. Wylde Flowers introduced us to a magical, charming town full of heart and mystery, and it looks like Wylde Society is about to expand on that world in a big way. Perry is not the only familiar character in Wylde Society. We will get to spend our time in this game as Vivian Wylde, Tara Wylde's great aunt. We know very little about Vivian Wylde, so it's going to be incredible to get to know her and in turn learn a little bit more about Tara and Grandma Hazel's history. The fact that Perry is returning is a huge deal, and there's a deeper history to her which I think will be expanded on in Wylde Society. Perry's earliest memories are of being bound to an opportunistic sorcerer who trapped her inside an amulet for centuries, using her to carry out his will. It wasn't until Ariel intervened that she finally broke free. Ever since, Perry has carried the weight of the harm she was forced to inflict, believing she owes a debt to humankind. The iron bracelets she wears are forged from the very amulet that once imprisoned her, a permanent reminder of her past and the strength it took to reclaim her freedom. And now Wylde Society is set to explore a new chapter of Perry's story and give us that beautiful familiar face right from the beginning. One of the most exciting things about Wylde Society is the setting itself. We're not just revisiting Fairhaven, we're seeing it in a completely different time period. That opens up so many possibilities. Will we see the ancestors of characters we already know? Will the town's magic be different? And what about the coven? The witches in Wylde Flowers tried to keep their presence a secret, so how were things handled in the past? Let's take a closer look at the Wylde Society trailer and the screenshots we have so far. One thing that immediately stands out is the art style. It's pretty much the same style that we've grown to know and love with Wylde Flowers. This excites me so much because it feels like we're stepping back into Wylde Flowers all over again, but with a brand new story. The character designs look detailed and we can already see so many new faces alongside Perry. The trailer itself gives us some intriguing hints about the story so far. It begins with a letter being written to Mother, describing a charming island where anyone, regardless of circumstance, might be welcome, even those who are like us. That alone tells me that, like Wylde Flowers, magic will play a huge role in the game. We also hear about a mysterious hostess, Miss Vivian Wylde, which is the character we will play, who seems to be at the center of both society and something much more secretive. There doesn't seem to be any indication who is writing the letter, and their face is unfamiliar to me. It's not clear if it's an ancestor of someone we already know or someone brand new. I'd love to see a blend of new characters plus the ancestors of beloved characters. Lena, who runs the general store in Wylde Flowers, well, her family has lived in Fairhaven for hundreds of years. It's almost guaranteed we will meet some of her relatives. The one I'm most curious about is Shelby. The old man who lives in the woods mostly keeps to himself, but there is something very mysterious about him. I hope that we get to learn more about Shelby and his past in Wylde Society. Whatever Wylde Society has in store, one thing is clear. This is going to be another unforgettable journey. The return to Fairhaven, the new but old setting, and the possibility of deepening the lore of this world. It's everything a Wylde Flowers fan could hope for. I genuinely am so excited for Wylde Society. I'm such a huge Wylde Flowers fan. I cannot wait to play this new game, heading back into Fairhaven, getting to know more lore, more history of this incredible town, all new characters. Oh, I'm excited. If you've not played Wylde Flowers, now is a great time to get started, but be warned, it's quite addictive, so don't say I didn't warn you. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on Wylde Society. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll keep you guys informed about more Wylde Society news when we get it. Have a great day.